If you only knew the power of the dark side. If you only knew the power of the dark side. If you only knew the power of the dark side. If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Rock that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, where's my notes at? Because I'm going to drop it like it's hot on this particular where we talking about the Satya Yuga, where we get to talking about the Yugas in the Hindu mythology. And this is a lot of what even Elijah Muhammad in them was using all these great numbers, 60. He even went beyond the goddamn the yugas. You know, he went in there 66 trillion goddamn years ago, knowing goddamn well a motherfucker couldn't even remember what he had for lunch 2 days ago. But they're gonna tell you about some shit 66 trillion. But let's go with it, because you know people use enormous amounts of time only to signify that is ancient. You know what I'm saying? So we have to know that. You know good and goddamn well, don't nobody know what the hell was going on. No, 66 trillion thousand fucking years ago. Okay, so let's just be clear about that. But what what is clear as you go across, and believe me when I'm showing you this, and I don't know nobody else out there that's showing you, because I'm showing you that is not only is synchronized with all the ancient mythologies or what they saying. Okay, they clear about that. You know, when we talk about Set, when we talk about the great Nubian Egyptian god Set, whose name comes across every religion. Do you know that? I even found goddamn Set in Nordic mythology. He's in the Bible. He's the third son of Adam, Seth. You see, you got Set in Nordic mythology, a god, a deity. Matter of fact, he's the president. He's the president of the Nordic gods. All you had to do, what's his name? It has Set in there, but president of the Nordic gods. Let's drop it. Forseti. Ain't that something? Forseti. Forseti. Wait a minute. Y'all want to let me bring this shit up, because ain't nobody showing this shit. Now, I got to go on. Now, I ain't okay with that damn picture they got on, but let's drop it. They got some old crazy looking ass picture, but you know you had to fucking let me get it in here. Let me share it. Let me share the screen so you can look it up. There it is right there. See, Forseti, Old Norse, the presiding one, president, you see, is the god of justice and reconciliation in Norse mythology. Okay? Okay, so Grimm took, so who was his father? Let me see who his father was. The son of Balder. The son of Balder, who is the Osiris of the Nordic. And you see right there, look at that. And the mother is Nana. You see? And I just went here for no apparent. Now tell me, am I fucking playing games? Now tell me, am I fucking playing games? See how I went to this shit right here? Now I just showed you in the Roman mythology, Saturn and Janus. Sat is Set. You see, and then you see Anu in goddamn in Jonas, you see Anu. Then we come over here. I just say, let me tell them about Forseti and go over here. And then mama named Nana, which is also what? Anu. Man, come on, man. Okay. I'm on my Jordan shit right now. You see, that's what I mean when I get on my zone where it just go to shit that I don't even fucking, and it pop right up. Nana, that's his mother. Nana. So you got Anu and Set again in combination in all of these religiosities. Is it a fucking coincidence? Shit. Man, boy, I tell you, let me make sure let me motherfucking screenshot that. I probably knew it already, but I forgot about it. And I didn't fucking came back to it because the ancestors said, give them that work. You see what I'm saying? So there it is right there. So anybody that think it's a game, go do your fucking research. Go do your research. Now, we talking about back to this Yugas, okay? And dealing with the Satya, which is Satya, okay, the golden, we're going to deal with the golden age of the god Saturn, and then we're going to deal with the fact that the Satya Yuga is the golden age of the Yugas. That means you at the height of your spirituality, you live long, you know, they say in the Satya Yuga, people can live thousands of years. You see what I'm saying? There's no war, there's no illnesses, no disease, no crime, no argument. All things is in harmonious state in the Satya Yuga. So we dealing with Set. So now when we talk about, see, now understand how now here it's an age that's coming. Now in the Hindu they use Yuga. In the African they use Eon. Okay, and the Eon is synonymous with the solar. You see the solar classification of ages. Okay, so we always revert to the sun as the primary center of our understanding as far as time, marking time, or anything. And so that show you how they fall out because they don't explain that in that manner. I always deal with solar melanin fucking divinity because that's going to explain everything in the reality. You see, in which, you know, the reality of our existence. We can't go, those who not connected to the sun or not chosen by the sun, you see, they go outside, create synthetic systems and shit, and they use esoterical terms to talk away the fact that they're not connected to the sun and they're not connected to that sacred elixir of life that they call melanin. Now let's talk about this because it's the same. When you go in the Satya Yuga, we're gonna talk about it. You're gonna deal with the golden age of Saturn. Now, when we talk about gold, it's Nub. You see, it's Nub and Nubia. Okay, and that the original Anu peoples of Egypt that founded Egypt, and we did that. You can go look that up under Flinders Petrie, that Egyptologist that found the seals with the little African twa on it that they call Lord Terranetta, and you see he's a little twa on the seal, showing that these was the early inhabitants of Egypt, and they call them the Anu peoples. And the city On, which is also An or Anu, Annu, Heliopolis, the city of the sun, and that the original Anu people of Egypt were worshipers of the god Set. You see, so the Anunnaki were the original Anunnakis were the people that come up out of Nubia. Okay, this is historical fact. Now they got all type of, well, the Egyptians themselves created all type of esoteric mythology, but up under it was real reality-based science. Okay, you niggas is in a box. You got to come out the box. You see, the mythology is something to give you something to entertain, because education is also entertainment. But up under it is also a science that's realistical. They celebrated, had all type of celebrations for the rise of Osiris. They had all type of mythologies around there where they, celebrated. It wasn't about the science, particularly during the celebrations. They were enjoying themselves. It's just like Christmas and shit, where they got all type of festivities, but up under it is a real science. The star Sirius has risen, and the Nile flood is on its way, pulling all the harvest, all the crops out, and you celebrate because what a wonderful harvest it was this year. So there's mythology and there's science. And so we have to understand that. So I don't want people to get caught up in that. I want people that's off into, they, on the keyword, Anunnaki, Nubiru and all. We're going to bring them in, because them niggas, if they go to the other teachers out there, they're going to be on the Nibiru. That's where they're going to be. They're going to be so far away from the planet, they're going to be on the Nibiru, and we ain't going to be able to get them back. We got to let them know that Nubiru is right down here on the planet. You see, Nubiru is Nubia. You see, that's what the golden age, and that's why they call them Nubians, the golden ones, the shining ones. Not that they wasn't black, but that they were the children of the sun. They were the children of the sun, and that's what the Anunnaki is in reference to, the shining one, the Elohim, the shining one. That means that they were children of the sun. Let's get into this. Let's get into this Satya Yuga. Let's talk about it.
$728,000 years.
Let me get this. Okay.
You've probably heard words like Yug and Kali Yuga in Hinduism, but do you really know what a Yug means? Let me tell you about it. According to Hinduism, a Yug is a cyclical time period that marks different eras of human civilization. There are 4 Yug, Satya Yuga, also called as the Golden Age, Treta Yuga, the Silver Age, Dwapar Yuga, the Bronze Age, and Kali Yuga, the Iron Age. These yugs don't come just once, they repeat in a never-ending cycle. According to the Srimad Bhagavatam, the last Satya Yuga lasted 1,728,000.
So they saying the last golden age lasted 1,728,000. Is that what he said? Yep. Now I heard different than that, but that's okay. Because even when it comes, so we don't go by the Hindu. We just using this as a blueprint for you to understand. We don't go by the Hindu, because they stuck in that goddamn Kali age. They into that bullshit. Yeah, they into that bullshit. They practice the caste system and things of that nature. And so in the caste system, in the well, let me blow myself. In the Kali Yuga, which is supposed to be the most degenerate Yuga out of all of them, everything that can go wrong is going wrong. So according to them, we are in the Kali Yuga. But see, understand this, that the Hindu cannot be the one that marked time, because he's just yesterday. He's just goddamn yesterday. He ain't ancient like the African. I dare you to find me one. Damn near all the temples and I did this in India right now, except the ancient Kushite ones. Damn near the majority of them temples over there in India is in the AD period. You got to understand, everything in Egypt and Nubia is BC, and when I say BC, I'm talking about goddamn it BBCC. You see what I'm saying? That motherfucker. We talking about, you can go back in the Nile Valley, man. You talking about damn near tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. Okay, so let's leave that alone. So they cannot, and then they're benefiting from that Kali Yuga because they got the caste system over there, which they had since they conquered the Kushites over there. And so they benefit from that Kali Yuga. So they're going to tell you that the Kali Yuga is going to last for, so many. No, that ain't got nothing to do. That's based on our consciousness. That's why all of these motherfuckers is in fear of this second coming of this Christ consciousness. They're in fear of it. And so they're doing any and everything that they can to keep us from connecting and to our black divinity and coming into this Christ consciousness. They're doing everything under the goddamn sun, even trying to come into the cities and and militarize the cities. They're trying to clear all the, it's like when you trying to, when you know somebody on the way to kick the dough in, and you trying to clean up everything in the house. You see, so that when they get there, like you might be in the streets and shit, and then they coming to kick the dough in, right? So you trying to get all of the evidence out the house. Why is they cleaning up all the slavery? Why they trying to get rid of slavery? Is somebody on the way? Is something on the way? Why are they trying to get rid of all the evidence and shit of what's going on down here? Well, we need to know that. They're benefiting from that Kali Yuga, so they're gonna extend it far longer than what that shit could end today for us. There's no, what I'm saying? That's based on the Christ consciousness. You can go up there and hit the combination on the on the constellations right now and unlock it. You see what I'm saying? You can unlock it right now. It ain't no goddamn. You gotta wait no 400,000. That's the bullshit about that. You see what I'm saying? It's based on us. We can, because again, we got the melanin, we got warp speed. You see, that's the shit that they ain't got. We superhuman. So we got warp speed, goddammit. We can jump through wormholes in this motherfucker and be out in the goddamn Satya Yuga tonight, chilling like a motherfucker. You feel? All of us, if we choose to do that. So don't get caught up in, it's 1 million, goddammit. That's dependent on us, not them. They're gonna extend their rule like this, which is the Kali Yuga. That's their rule. That's the Hindu. That's the Arab. That's the Caucasian. All of them Caucasian. The Anglo-Saxon, the Neanderthal. That's them. So they're gonna tell you where it's gonna last 400,000. No, it's not gonna last no fun. That motherfucker on the way down right now, and that's why they running around here crazy as hell. Walk with me now. Let's finish this one.
1,000 years. Treta Yuga, 1,296,000 years. Dwapar Yuga, 864,000 years. And this ongoing Kal Yuga will last for 32,000 years, the shortest. With each Yuga, spirituality, wisdom, and faith in God decline, until finally, a great destruction called Pralay resets everything. Next video, we'll dive into each Yuga in detail.
And I'm going to get into that, what they call Pralay, where it resets itself. That ain't nothing but Ragnarok. That ain't nothing but Ragnarok in the rapture in goddamn in Christianity. Judea is in Christianity the rapture. In the Nordic Viking it is Ragnarok, where it resets and it start all over again. Well, goddamn it, that could start right now. And when it start all over, it start in the golden age. So we broke that down. Matter of fact, let's go on over here to this one where it talks about the exact same. I'm gonna show you that in the Roman mythology, the golden age of Saturn. So you got Satya Yuga, the golden age. You got Saturn, the god of the Greco-Roman golden age. Is all in synchronicity. All of it is in synchronicity. Here we go.
Prosperity reigned under the rule of Saturn, a utopia free from all troubles. During the golden age of Saturn, humanity basked in a harmonious existence, untouched by the chaos of everyday life. Under Saturn's benevolent gaze, crops flourished abundantly.
Hold on. I see Alex Derrick DP say, I heard that the dates. Let me put that up there. And I'm going to speak on that. Then I'm going to jump right back in this. I heard that the dates of the Hindus might be miscalculated and we're entering into Dwapara Yuga. Let me explain some, brother Alex. Let me, so that you'll know that they lying through the crack of their goddamn teeth. Number one, you can't be the one that count unless you the original man. How you gonna count? How you gonna count if you ain't the original man? If you ain't the man and woman that created the calendar, the cosmic calendar, the 24,000, because we the only people on the planet that didn't been not only through one. If one elliptical is 24,000 years of the great year, not the 300. We talking about the great year, which we call 24,000 years, where there's a complete revolution of the sun around the greater sun. 24,000. We are the only people on the planet, even through the evolutionary shit. They say we've been here a million years, and even if you deal with, they say, well, man been here 200,000 years. Well, goddamn it, even if we've been here 200,000 years, we've been through it 8 times. We're the only people on the planet that didn't been through a complete revolution in consciousness. In consciousness. Okay? In fucking consciousness. The Hindus don't even got fucking temples older than the oldest temple over there is like in the AD period. I say, well, goddamn, they and the ones they try to say is BC. Nah, the ones that I know, it's a few that I will say because they Kushites. When they deal with the megalithic structures, that's Kushite. You see, but the majority of the ones that connected to them Hindus over there, that shit just yesterday. So they ain't got no authenticity as far as calculating no goddamn dates if they ain't the original people. No, can't do that. Can't trust it. Like Public Enemy said, we can't trust it.
Wars ceased, and hearts were filled with contentment. People lived in unity and understanding, embracing one another with compassion and kindness. The land was lush with greenery, the skies painted with hues of serenity, and
thank you, family, you God. Thank you, family.
The rule of Saturn, a utopia free from all troubles. During the golden age of Saturn, humanity basked in a harmonious existence, untouched by the chaos of everyday life. Under Saturn's benevolent gaze, crops flourished abundantly, wars ceased, and hearts were filled with contentment. People lived in unity and understanding, embracing one another with compassion and kindness. The land was lush with greenery, the skies painted with hues of serenity, and laughter echoed through the streets. But as with all good things, darkness lurked on the horizon, threatening to shatter this idyllic world. Whispers of envy and discord began to spread, casting a shadow over the once pure land. Rumors of betrayal and upheaval whispered in the wind, sowing seeds of doubt and fear among the populace. Saturn's golden era stood at the edge of a precipice, teetering between eternal peace and imminent turmoil. Will the golden age of Saturn endure, or will it crumble under the weight of impending doom?
So even there, we see Sat and Saturn, Satya, which is Set, which is the chief god, Wata Seti. You see the gods of Set, of pure blackness, cosmic melanin blackness. We dealing with, that's who we deal with when we dealing with Set, and we dealing with the Nubians. And so even when they talk about Nubiru and they talking about they was mining for gold, this is esoterical language in which they are also reverting back to the golden age. This is what they dealing with, the golden age. You dealing with the Nubian. You dealing with which Homer called the long-lived Ethiopians, the long-lived Ethiopians. You dealing with which Zeus, and when you open up the Iliad and the Odyssey, you see that the Greek gods, Zeus and they was at a festival, a feast in Ethiopia. That's where they go look it up. So this is what we dealing with. We got to wake up, family. The Nubiru, the Annunaki, the Satya, and all of this is esoterical language dealing with our rise, our consciousness. rising consciousness where we gonna bring, because we are the only people that could do it, that can bring this golden age. When you look at Kemet, you look at Nubia, you look at all the great civilized, that's the golden age. That's one of the golden ages. It very well might have been the end of that golden age, but we on our way black. We on our way black, family, and don't allow the Hindu to speak for you. Don't let the Hindu count for you. Don't let the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal speak for you or count for you, because they are not the original people. You got to be the original man and woman to start the count. Period. You can't goddamn start the count. Only the original primordials can start the count. If you let another nigga count your pockets, you gonna always come up short. That's just all it is too. So you got to count your own pockets. I'll be right black. Listen, I want y'all to get on over there to Patreon. We got that work over there, and this is gonna be, we got some video that you ain't gonna be able to show on YouTube. Was Neanderthals prey for ancient African predator hunters? We're gonna talk about it. You see, we're gonna talk about the destruction. Do y'all know all across the world, you can look it up, around 1200 BC, that all civilizations was falling all over the planet? 1200 BC. And it's all through history. And they wonder, and they say, why were all these civilizations falling around the same time? And many people believe this is when these Neanderthals came up out of them goddamn hills. You can look it up, right? You can go to YouTube, you can go on the internet, and we'll talk about it. Right around 1200 BC, there was civilizations falling all over the planet. What was going on at that time? But they got it together. They got it together for eon, and then it collapsed again. We got to talk about it. I Be Black. Get over there on Patreon. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Pop.